Well, good morning, everyone. I would say welcome back to Mrs. Rattlecan's house, except we're not at Mrs. Rattlecan's house. We're at the house we're presently occupying, and as you can see, we got a little precipitation last night. And of course, when you get precipitation like this, that of course means one thing. All right, now that we've gotten that silliness out of the way, we can get back to giving you another weekend review. Things are plugging along, no pun intended, with the electrical rewire. We've taken that light down, getting ready to run another one up there. These are going to be our new mounting surfaces for, this one in particular is going to be for the light up over the garage, so we're just going to cut that in. That, believe it or not, is vinyl siding. There are a lot of things about this house I don't understand. Vinyl siding over that front part, and then all of the soffit is aluminum. Anyways, I don't get it. So anyways, we're gonna mount this up over the garage, so that we then have a nice solid surface with which to adhere our security lights. I've taken all of the security lights down, and we are in the process of replacing the outdoor outlets. Here's probably one of the bigger visual things that you can see is this is Mrs. Rattlecan chipping away at this one layer of paint over this varnished surface, and there's some really nice wood kind of making an appearance here. Nothing's going on inside that room. The big deal about the kitchen is that, with the exception of one switch, I'm short one single pole switch, if you can believe that. The kitchen is wired up. Outlets are in for the disposal, as well as the hot water dispenser. There's all of our security lights. This is the flagpole light right here. We're going to revisit that. I don't know that I'm terribly happy with that, the way that it is. I'm especially not happy with the way that it secures. So that's something else that we're gonna be working on. The hob, the hood over burners, as our British folks call it, is on back order till the end of January, which, you know, it is what it is. This is what's left of the 4th 1,000-foot roll of Romex. I don't know if we're gonna make it or not on that one. Let's bring it out here. This has been great gobs of fun. We're in the Florida room where it's rather chilly right now. So getting this, there's probably not anything you can see up in there. Getting this is not really a weight-bearing structure. At least I'm not going to put my big walrus butt on it, and my buddy Steve not putting his walrus butt up on it either. So yeah, it was a fun exercise with trying to balance a fish tape, trying to keep it in the air long enough so that Steve could snag it with a piece of furring strip and a drywall screw in the end of it. But we did it for that one, and then we actually did it for that one over there. So the power's run out here. We just have to hook everything up. These are a tremendous amount of fun. This is your extra duty, water resistant outdoor outlet, and to say that it was a Herculean effort to get a piece of Romex in there and connected up and secured would be the understatement of the century. But it's there. There's one on the front of the house too. We're probably not going to go out and see that one. We fished the wire through that. We're going to replace that box. We're not going to use Not going to use that box. It's actually quite beautiful out here. Hopefully you can see. Had a number of deer come through the yard. At the house we're currently living in, like 2 blocks away, I had 6 in the yard yesterday morning. So that's what's going on in this room. And, you know, for the most part, it's not, the rest of it's not very exciting. I did a little bit of flooring. What I mean by I did a little bit of flooring was I recruited a couple of children to come in. And man, they got a lot of that stuff up. And that was the Goof Off gel formulation that spray it on, let it sit 2 minutes, wipe it off with a rag. And it got a bunch of that up, and it also got nearly all of it out of the hallway. Now those 2 lines is where some flooring abuser decided to make a cut. And you can see they made 2 cuts across there. I don't know what it was, pulling old carpet up or something. But anyways, the pattern came up to here, and then the pattern stopped in the middle, and then it started again up here. But as you can see, it actually cleaned up really well. The current thought is that we may do something called screening, which is a buffer and a like a 200 grit or 220 grit wire mesh screen on the bottom of it. And we may see if we can just get away with doing that instead of, you know, doing the whole silly thing. All the closet lights are connected up. All of the ceiling fan units are connected up. Now, it's not connected up into the box because we're probably going to save that for Monday and just do a whole ton of stuff on Monday. Here's one of the things that we did. I can actually probably take these off now. Is I had to, we're in the Asian room, and I had to cut a hole in this paneling so that I could get to a wire, which is kind of way down in there. And this is the plug that I had to cut out. You can see how thick this pine is. And so now what we're going to do is I've glued these little tabs onto the back of here. So now I can press that back in there with glue, obviously. And we can glue that back in there, sand it, wood fill around it, and I think we'll be good as gold, because Mrs. Rattlecan is going to paint. Who in the heck is calling me? Mrs. Rattlecan is going to paint this room, so it's not, you know, a big, huge deal for the stuff we do, because we can hide whatever it is we need to do. More trim removal going on, or not trim removal, paint removal from the trim and the doors. Again, it's just this gorgeous, you know, mahogany-esque veneer on the doors. We're not sure what this wood is in here on the trim. It's kind of unique to this room, you know, but she's having at it. And then we're continuing work on the HVAC up here. as you can see. And this is the final, what we think is probably the final circuit. And this is for those security lights, those motion sensor lights that go on the outside of the house. That's what all of those bundles are for. And when we're done with that, we have that and we have the garage. And then we'll be pretty darn close to being done. Now, I don't know if you've noticed this or not. We have a tremendous crop of icicles this year, which is not a good thing to have. And the reason that icicles are not good things to have is because what that means is that we have heat loss, which is melting the snow on the roof, which is then causing the water to drip down, but then the water freezes. And the downside of that is you can get some pretty nasty ice dams. And so we are super not excited about that. Monday, it is supposed to be 10 below. Monday is only the first. 9 days after that, the insulation guys get here. So, as you can imagine, we're a little eager for them. That's it. You know, I wish I had something, you know, more exciting to show you. Well, I guess I could show you this. If you follow us on Facebook, then you would have seen this. I found this kind of hidden up in the joist area in the utility room in the basement. And it has some age to it because this is a piece of wood. We generally don't use pieces of wood in electronics anymore. It has a number. It's a 634 Bravo Alpha. I don't know if BA stands for Bell Atlantic. That's just a wild guess on my part. Part of the wiring instructions involves a phone like that, which to me basically means it has some age to it. So this is my best guesstimate is that this is a ringer for an old phone system. Kind of like that. You know, if you're electronical in nature and you got some ideas on how maybe we could, you know, set that up as either a doorbell for the workshop or as something that would go off when somebody enters, or, you know, crosses like an optical beam going in and out of the workshop, you know, that'd be kind of cool. But, you know, that's it. That's the excitement that's going on. Anyways, I want to thank you if you're a subscriber. I want to thank you if you follow us on the Facebook. And please continue to give us your ideas. We get a lot of great ideas. We get a lot of great suggestions, both in the comments on the videos, but also in private messages and emails that people send us. So please continue to do that because I got no problem tapping into the hive mind. And there's some really smart folks out there who are watching what we're doing, and we're more than happy to pick your brain. Anyways, this is Mrs. Rattlecan's house. It's cold. I'm James. You guys have a great weekend. Cheers.
If you enjoyed watching this episode of Mrs. Rattlecan's house, consider checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and to get the latest updates on our progress, like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.
Perhaps we should have some wine.